Everyone thinks the weight loss drugs like Ozempic work just because they make you eat less. And that's part of the story, but the newest ones, they don't just reduce appetite, they're actually changing how many calories your body burns. One of the drugs we use by stimulating the same hormones we used in the ER with treating low blood sugar. So I do want to kind of break down today why GLP-1s may plateau, why Tirzepatide works better than straight GLP-1, and why Retatrutide may be a complete game changer. And Glucagon, which is in Retatrutide, sounds like the wrong hormone, but is actually gonna be the missing piece in all this. Let's start with what most people know. GLP-1 meds like semaglutide work by mimicking hormone your body releases after eating GLP-1. And what does it do? It slows gastric emptying, it increases insulin, it reduces glucagon, and tells your brain you're full. You eat less, and that works. Whenever your appetite is here all the time, and now we put you on this med, and your appetite is just here, and you still have the same sensations of fullness, hunger drive, etc. This from going from here to here could be, say that's 500 calories a day. That can equate a pound of weight loss a week, and you've changed nothing with your actual food choices. You just eat this much instead of this much now. This equals about 15% weight loss in clinical trials, which was huge when it first came out, and this was the first one. We didn't have anything that was doing this as consistently, but the problem is it's GLP-1 only. It targets one side of the equation. It decreases calories in, but it doesn't increase calories out. You still would have to do that through exercise, movement, etc. If you're just decreasing the intake, your body adapts, metabolism slows down, the weight loss plateaus. So the missing piece is the energy output. Your body doesn't really care how much you eat, it cares about energy balance. So that means decreasing calories in and increasing calories out. GLP-1s only affect that one side. The researchers are like, all right, well, what controls energy expenditure? And that's where things get interesting. If you've worked in medicine, you know glucagon as the thing that you give whenever someone's blood sugar is low. Whenever the semaglutide, Tirzepatide are improving insulin sensitivity, it seems counterintuitive to me to want to give glucagon, which would increase blood sugar. So why would we want to stimulate that? Because glucagon, it also increases your fat breakdown. It increases energy expenditure. It reduces liver fat. So basically it's a catabolic energy burning signal. The problem is if you give glucagon by itself, blood sugar spikes, insulin spikes, hunger increases, and you'd feel terrible. And so for weight loss, we never really considered it a weight loss med. But again, smart people thought, well, what if we combine glucagon with something that controls appetite and blood sugar? That something is the GLP-1. Again, the GLP-1 increases insulin, stabilizes glucose, reduces appetite. And so now you can use the glucagon for energy burning without blowing up blood sugar. That's whenever things started to change. Tirzepatide enters, and again, we're gonna hold off on glucagon for a bit, we'll come back to it, but let's talk another hormone, GIP. So Tirzepatide does GLP and GIP. And another cool thing about it is GIP was thought to be a fat storing hormone. So people assumed that it would make weight loss worse, but whenever, again, it combined with GLP-1, it actually did a lot of cool things. It improved insulin sensitivity, it improved fat metabolism, it enhanced the metabolic signaling, and so that result increased that 15% weight loss to up to 22% weight loss, much better than semaglutide. What is different about the Tirzepatide is Tirzepatide is actually a pretty weak GLP-1. It works better, not because it's a stronger GLP-1, but because you're now using synergistic pathways. Really, it is more of a GIP medication with some GLP stimulation. Again, I'm going to circle back around to Retatrutide because now this is hitting all three of those. It's a triple agonist, and so it's increasing GLP-1, which is decreasing your appetite, increasing GIP, which is improving insulin sensitivity, and now hitting glucagon and improving energy expenditure. Now we're hitting both sides of the equation, eating less, burning more. The early studies with Retatrutide are up to 24 to 29% weight loss. Now we're approaching bariatric surgery territory. And I was just trying to get some more information on using GIP alone, Glucagon alone. Glucagon is not an expensive med, so I was wondering if we can just take that alone and still have weight loss benefits. But alone, it's gonna raise your blood sugar. It's unstable. It's just not usable clinically. And same with kind of GIP, minimal effect across, and sometimes even weight gain. But GLP-1, you combine those and it really helps. And if you use GLP-1 alone, we know with semaglutide, you just come to plateau. Together, you have this coordinated metabolic control of everything. Kind of back to glucagon in the ER, we give a big, if you come in with low blood sugar, or the paramedics give it, they give a big amount of glucagon. This causes a huge spike and more of an emergency response just to get your blood sugar up. So kind of comparatively, it's like a drag car just slamming the pedal to the ground and going full speed ahead, whereas Retatrutide, it's just like putting your car on cruise control at 5 miles an hour. And so those are two wildly different physiologic effects that are happening. Retatrutide is working so well because it mimics something very specific, a fasted metabolically active state. So whenever you're fasted or exercising, glucagon does rise, and that helps give way to the fat burning and energy expenditure. And so this drug is recreating that environment pharmacologically. It's still not perfect because now we have a third arm that we have to worry about side effects and everything. Increasing that metabolic rate comes with a slight heart rate increase, potential lean mass loss, need, again, an enhanced, even more need for adequate protein and resistance training. So lifestyle still matters. We're still not at the point where you just inject this, keep all your lean mass, lose weight, do great and do nothing about it. So it is exciting that we're moving away from single hormone therapy to multiple hormone metabolic regulation. You know, we have semaglutide, which Tirzepatide's outperforming, which from the current studies and everything, Retatrutide seems to be outperforming Tirzepatide. So they continue to get better and better. I have another video that kind of talks about other things are missing with GLP-1s. If you want to give that a listen, that'll be further down. If this is helpful, subscribe if you're not. We're going to continue to break down hormones, weight loss, longevity, how to optimize your health long-term, and if you want a specific video on which one of these may be best for you, drop a comment. Let me know some other topics you want me to cover.